Afternoon, everyone. It's Robyn Wyman. For those that don't know me, that have not been on the meditations, I am the owner of Circle of Life Center, and I work with people who are going through very challenging transitions in their life, have a lot of stress and anxiety, sometimes some issues around isolation. But I help people holistically, and one of the ways that I support people is teaching them about meditation and the importance of having a practice of that. So this is what I'm doing weekly with your group, is teaching different meditations, practices and techniques to try. And hopefully I've given you quite a few that you're trying them and seeing how they're going. I always love to hear how things are going for everybody. So please, if you want to reach out or share or say, this is really going well for me, but this one's not so much, then please do. Please do. So I wanted today to go back, and I want to do start with a grounding meditation, because everybody's not grounded. We need to constantly be grounding, especially in this time of with the pandemic that's going on. It's just, we can be taken out of our center so quickly, and that's so important, the meditation and being grounded, because grounding helps us come back into the present moment. We go back into our heart, and we're back in our body, so we're getting that body, mind, spirit alignment, and that's what we're going for. So I'd just like you to just get comfortable and relaxed, and we'll start now. And if you'd like to close your eyes, you're welcome to do that. Get comfortable, whether you're sitting in a chair, on a sofa, in your bed, or if you're in a wheelchair, wherever you are, just get comfortable. And let's just take a nice couple breaths through our nose and nice exhalations through our mouth. So let's start on inhaling. And an exhalation. And we'll do two more. Inhale. And let it go. And one more. And let it go. So hopefully that's helping you feel more present and centered in this moment. And we're going to do a grounding. So let's close our eyes again. I'm going to ask you to put your focus on your tailbone, and that is where your root chakra is. It's at the base of your spine. So I'd like you to just focus on that area for just a few seconds. Notice what you notice. You may feel nothing. You may feel some tingling. You may feel some warmth. You may feel a pulsing sensation. I want you just to focus on that root, the base of your tailbone. And out of the tailbone, we're going to have two tubes of light. The first one is a solid tube of light, white light. And the second is a cylinder, like a slinky, that wraps around the first tube of light. So you have the straight tube, and around it is wrapping a column of light that wraps around. It's sort of like a slinky, if you want to think of it that way. So I'd like you just to go back and focus with that tailbone. And I want you to see this light coming out of your tailbone and going through whatever you're sitting on, working its way through the floor. If you're in an apartment like I am, it's going to go through the next floor and then the bottom floor. As you come to the ground, it's going down through the wood or the flooring, down through the foundation of whatever building you're in or home. And with your next breath, we're going down into the earth, through the rocks, the dirt. With your next breath, we're moving further down into the earth. We're feeling the crust, the outer crust. We may be moving through a river, an aquifer, which is a lake in the earth. We're just dropping down further and further and further. until you reach the center of the earth. And what you want to do with these beams of light is just attach them and anchor them to the center of the earth. And feel that connection. I always say when you anchor to the center of the earth, it's as similar as a boat on the ocean when it goes into the bay and it wants to drop anchor. Excuse me. It'll drop the anchor and it'll sit on the anchor will sit on the ground, the floor of the ocean, and it'll move, but it's not rigid and hard. It's very fluid. So that's how I want you to think about this connection. You're solid, you feel this connection, but it's not rigid. It's very fluidity. There's fluid to it. So I'd like you to think about it that way. I'd like you to take a few breaths here, breathing in and feeling that connection. Again, breathe in and feeling that connection. And on our next breath, we're going to come up all the way back up through that tube and column of light till you come back to your tailbone, your root chakra. So let's take a breath. And let it go. And with our next breath, we're dropping back down to the center of the earth. And feeling that connection. I'd just like you to go on the in-breath, bring it back up to your root chakra, your tailbone. And the next breath, let it back down to the center of the earth. And with our next breath, we're coming back up to our tailbone. And with our next breath, we're going down to the center of the earth and feeling that connection. As I say every time, this is a very simple technique to do, and it just will connect you back into your body and move you out of your mind so you can be clear and focused. I like to do this every morning, and I do it every night also, but I'll do it throughout the day if I notice that I'm a little bit in my mind and thinking about things. If I feel that I'm forgetful or a little bit flustered, I'll go, oh, I'm not grounded, I'm not connected. And then I'll just go back and redo that connection to the center. So again, just think about this. It's really easy to do, and I would highly recommend it. So take a couple more breaths there. Just feel that connection, whatever that is for you. And let go. And one more time. And let it go. And on your next breath, I'd like you just gently open your eyes. And maybe if you're able to, just rub your hands together or place them on your legs, whatever you're able to do. And just notice what you notice. Do you feel more present? Can you feel that connection between you and the earth? Is there some sensation you're noticing? It could be heat, it could be cool. You could just feel calm. You're back in your heart, which is where we always want to be. Just think about those things. Great. So for the next meditation, I really want us to go back and do our chakras. Grounding and clearing your chakras are something you can do every day. We don't always want to do it, but remember what I talked about last week was we have an etheric body. We're not just this physical body. We have an energy body, and in the energy body, we have our 7 chakras. We have more than 7, but we're going to just work on the 7 chakras today. We have our meridians that run through the body. So we have this energetic body that's a mirror of our physical body. And often we'll get sensations and feelings first in our etheric body, and then they slowly move into the physical body. So we're going to do a chakra clearing and meditation. So again, let's just get comfortable in your chair and take a breath and let it go. And gently close your eyes. Get comfortable. And I want you to go back to that root chakra, which is at the base of your tailbone. And I wonder if you feel a sensation. And I would like you to bring the color red, a beautiful ruby red, into that chakra. And you're just flooding it with that color red. It's creating this ease for you that's just beautiful, this color. Just this gentle ease. The root chakra is about earth and our grounding and our feeling safe and well-being. So we're going to really focus there, especially in these times. So I want you to take that red color that you're spinning in the chakra, and I want you to go in a counterclockwise direction. And I want you to just flood the chakra, spinning it in a counterclockwise direction. You're just going to spin that chakra over and over and over again. And what's happening is things are leaving. Whatever it needs to leave, it's leaving. So set your intention. Whatever needs to be clearing off from the chakra, it's leaving now. You may notice something. You may notice a person comes to mind. A sensation comes to mind. You may feel hot. You may see colors. You may notice that you're feeling a bit heavy in your body. You may feel lighter. So many things could be happening, or you may feel nothing. Just be, everything's perfect. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're feeling is fine. So I want you to keep spinning it counterclockwise for a few more breaths. Keep spinning and just releasing. Beautiful. And now I want you to spin it in a clockwise motion. You're still pulling that color red into the chakra, but just start spinning it clockwise. So we're winding them back up, winding it back up. So let's just take a few breaths here. Just spinning and spinning. Remember to breathe, deeply breathing. You can let go with a sigh on the out breath. It's helping release. And with our next breath, we're moving up. We're moving up into our second chakra, which is our sacral. And it's about 2 fingers below your belly button. So just let's bring our attention there. And we're also bringing the energy of the earth up from our root chakra up into that second chakra and flooding it with that. So our second chakra, our sacral chakra, is about our creativity. So I'd like you to start bringing the color orange into that chakra and spinning it counterclockwise. So you're just going to spin again, spinning, spinning, spinning. So our creativity, and this is everything from what we decide we want to wear during the day, to making a meal, to creating with your job or whatever you're doing, your music, whatever, is creativity. We are constantly creating. But if sometimes you're feeling a bit stalled and stuck, then that can be because your second chakra needs to be cleared and cleaned out. So let's just keep spinning it. Let's do 3 more breaths, just spinning the color and spinning it counterclockwise and bringing that beautiful orange into your chakra. And we'll take 1 more breath. And with our next breath, we're going to bring the chakra and we're going to start flowing it clockwise and flooding it with that beautiful orange. So let's take a few breaths doing that. And again, you may be noticing somebody comes into your mind, or a situation. Could be something from when you were a kid, or it could be something that happened this morning. These things may be coming up for you, and just let them come up, because they're coming up because they're leaving. So let's just do 2 more breaths in our sacral chakra and just spin it. And with the next breath, we're moving up to our 3rd chakra, which is our solar plexus chakra, and it's at the top of our diaphragm. So you want to breathe into that area. And that is the color yellow. So think of the sun. You're flooding that chakra with the color of the sun. And we're going counterclockwise, and you're just spinning that chakra. And the color yellow and the sun is the element of fire. So this chakra is about how we take what we're creating and we bring it into form and we create action around it. So it's like you get that idea and then, oh, I'm going to go and do that. And that's what the 3rd chakra, the solar plexus chakra, is. So keep spinning it counterclockwise. We're just releasing whatever needs to be released. Nice. And now we're going to turn it clockwise, and we're going to set it and constantly flood it with that beautiful color, yellow. And with our next breath, we're bringing up that earth energy from the 2nd chakra up into your solar plexus, the 3rd chakra. So let's bring that energy up, and you're spinning that with the beautiful orange, or yellow. And with our next breath, we're moving up into our heart. And we're going to take that and go counterclockwise again. We're spinning. And our heart is the color green. So think of our beautiful, beautiful forests. That forest green, deep green, it's so beautiful. So we're bringing that into our chakra and we're spinning it. And again, you may notice people coming into your mind's eye. You may be having a feeling of a situation that happened. You may be feeling a little bit sad. You could be feeling joyful. We can hold a lot of sadness and grief in our heart from situations in life. So from heartache and pain that we've suffered in our life, we tend to hold that in our heart. So clearing that off is so healthy for us. So let's take a few more breaths, clearing that chakra. Infusing it with that beautiful emerald green. And with our next breath, we're going to turn the chakra and go clockwise, flooding it with that beautiful forest green. And we're also bringing the energy up from our solar plexus chakra, the earth energy, up into our heart chakra. So let's just spin that clockwise, just getting it stable and balanced. And again, to remember to breathing deeply and letting long inhalations and nice long exhalations. And With our next breath, we're moving up into our throat chakra, and that is the color of turquoise blue. So I want you to start infusing that chakra with turquoise blue and spinning it counterclockwise. And we're just spinning and spinning and spinning. Our throat chakra is about how we speak in the world, how we share our truth. A lot of times when we get the creative from our second chakra and it moves up into our third chakra, the solar plexus, the action, and it comes through, the action is coming through our voice. So that's coming through our third chakra. So the things to think about is, are you sharing with people what you really want to say? Are you communicating your needs? Or are you stuffing things down? These are things that you want to think about. There's so many truths and untruths and so much information being bombarded with it right now. So filtering that out for you and figuring out what is your own truth for you, because your truth is going to be different than my truth. So I want you to just keep spinning that and letting whatever you're noticing happen. It could be color, hot, cold, sensations, old memories. It could be objects. It could be a circle or a square could come up, and that could have a color. Just notice it and let it go. With our next breath now, we're going to start spinning that chakra clockwise and bringing the energy from the earth, from our heart chakra, up to our solar plexus chakra. So we're raising up and spinning it clockwise, infusing that chakra with those beautiful energies. Beautiful. And with your next breath, you're coming up to your third eye. Your third eye is right between your eyebrows. And that is our spiritual eye, and it's known as our sixth chakra. And it's where our spiritual gifts and our true seeing and knowing is here, located in that area. So I want you to bring in the color indigo blue and start spinning it counterclockwise. And just spinning and spinning and spinning. Lovely. Again, when this chakra is out of balance, we may not be able to understand our higher self coming through and communicating with us, or trusting our intuition. We may be sensing things, but we'll say, oh, I don't know, because I don't think that's true, when it is true, because we're being divinely guided. So you want this chakra to be cleared out so you can get those messages that keep you in alignment with your truth. And now with our next breath, I'd like you to bring the chakra and start spinning it clockwise and moving the energy of the earth from your third chakra up into, your fifth chakra up into your sixth chakra. So you're infusing that chakra with the energies of the earth and that beautiful indigo blue. Lovely. Happy. Lighter. And with our next breath, we're going up to the crown chakra. And the crown chakra is on the top of our head, and the color is white. And it's like a funnel that comes off of our head, and it connects us with our higher self, higher dimensions, the non-physical. So I'd just like you to start spinning this chakra clockwise or counterclockwise for a minute. Remembering to take those breaths. And with our next breath, I want you to infuse the color with white and go clockwise. and bring the energy of the earth up into that crown chakra. Just envision it like a big funnel on top of your head. Beautiful. And with our next breath, I want you to drop back down into your heart chakra. And I want you to see that beautiful forest green color again. And I want you to breathe that color out into your field. And our field is our etheric field, our aura, and it's about 3 feet out from the body. So I'd like you just to breathe it out, forest green, into the field. And then with our inhalation, you're bringing it back into the heart. So you're doing this beautiful out breath and in breath with this beautiful forest green. And it's filling up the body as well as your auric field. Beautiful. Happy. And with our next breath, I want you to envision that your chakras are like beams of light coming out in those spots: the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. They're coming through you like beams of light. They come out through the front of your body and they go back through the back of your body. So it's like this tube of light that just runs through the body horizontally. So I'd just like you to keep breathing those and just seeing yourself getting brighter and brighter and brighter. Beautiful. And with our next breath, we're going to go up to our 8th chakra, which is about 6 inches above our head. I would like you just to take your energy and your focus and go up into your 8th chakra. And that's where we connect with the non-physical and our higher self. I'd like you just to breathe into this chakra. This is pure light. There's no distortions that we get when we're in the physical form. So it's just a pure chakra. And I just would like you to let that energy flow out of that chakra into your crown and through your body down into the earth. And then bring it back from the earth all the way up through your chakras, up into that 8th chakra. And as it goes into there, it keeps going up all the way to source. And with our next breath, I want you to imagine that your hand is at the 8th chakra and it's just pulling the 8th chakra around you like a bubble. And that is what your sacred space is. And so everything from you to that outside of that bubble, that 3 feet out, is your energy. It's your space. It's for you. So it's an energetic boundary. And you can have that be any color that you'd like. Anything that's resonating with you. So let's just take a few breaths doing that. And just take a moment just tuning into each chakra to see if it needs any more work or if they feel balanced. Just ask. And you'll get answered. And we'll take a couple more breaths. And when you're ready, if you're able, start to rub your hands together. If you're able to touch somewhere on your body, and blink your eyes open. So my intention for you with that is that you feel grounded and that you feel centered in your body, which is so important. So you may be feeling a little bit lighter. You may be smiling. I constantly was smiling as I was leading you through that. So I could feel the energy was letting go. It was getting lighter. So we're vibrating higher, which is a beautiful thing. So it doesn't have to take that long as I took today to do that with you, because you can just tune into chakras and just go, am I clear? And you can just unwind them and wind them back. If you're noticing that you're feeling a bit stuck in your creative endeavors, then just tune into that chakra. If you're feeling that you're constantly in your mind and a bit loopy and you're not really present and focused, think about grounding. These are all ways to support ourselves that are quite easy to do and simple. So I hope you like that. If you've got any questions and comments, please put it in the chat. I love feedback, and it's nice for me to know how people are feeling about the meditations and how if they're finding they're working for them, or if there's something that isn't, they don't understand. So if you feel compelled, please share today. So we're going to do another meditation today, and this one is going to be, I'd like us to do a meditation for the earth and humanity. For me, we're getting so much information. As I said before, we're being bombarded. It's very overwhelming, and there's so many movements going on, and it's all good. It's all perfect. What's going on? It's because it's happening because it's supposed to happen. That's my belief about everything. But I think that we need to think about, instead of the things about the fear of it or what's going to happen, I would like us to do a meditation where we're thinking about all the possibilities and the beauty and what will this world look like, and how will humanity treat each other, and how beautiful a place this really is, and how we can bring that in. So there's quite a few people on this call, and 1 + 1 does not equal 2, it magnetizes. So when we go through this meditation and we just spend time thinking about the beauty of our lives and the gratitude we have and what we would love to happen in this world and what we can actually have, things happen. It's miracles happen. So that's what we're going to do right now. So I'd like you to take just a few breaths, and again, get comfortable and gently close your eyes. And I'd like us to just be moving into this beautiful garden. We've been here many times before. And as we walk into the garden, we notice the beautiful smells that are flowing out. The roses are blooming, the lavender's in bloom, many of the herbs are blooming, and there's just this sweetness in the air. There's irises and just beautiful plants all over. As you walk through, you're just noticing all the beautiful colors of the flowers. And in the middle of the garden is a beautiful fountain. And you decide there's a bench that you're going to just sit there for a minute and just take all this beauty in of this garden. There's a beautiful hedge around the outside of it, so you're protected and it's peaceful. You're just listening to the water flow, and it's soothing you. It's soothing your mind and your emotions. You're loving the smells. And as you're sitting there, you turn to your left, and you notice in the distance a doorway. And you think, I'm going to walk there. So you get up from the bench and you start to move towards the doorway. And as you walk to the doorway, you notice, for those of you that have not done this before, you're going to notice a key in the doorway. You're going to take the key and open the door. For people who've done this before, reach into your pocket, because the key is in your pocket, and open the door. And you're going to walk through the door and turn around and lock it. And you're going to put the key in your pocket, because this is your key and this is your space. And this is whatever you want it to be. So as we turn around and start to move through this new place we've just walked through, we notice that it's a beautiful, beautiful meadow. The grasses and the flowers, wildflowers, are getting quite tall. And as you move through here, you let your hand ride through the grasses, and it tickles your palm. You look up and you can feel the sun shining on your face and your front of your body. It's warm and perfect temperature. It's not too hot and it's not too cold. It's just a perfect temperature for you. The grass is beautiful, beautiful greens. So many different greens. Old greens, dark greens, light greens, pastels. So many different hues. And as you look up into the sky, you see this, it's blue, but there's these beautiful white fluffy clouds. And they're just moving slowly through the sky. As you walk a little further, you notice that there's birds flying through the air, and the swallows are swooping down, doing that dance they do so beautifully. You notice butterflies, and there's bees coming to the beautiful flowers to pollinate them. And as you continue to move, you notice on your left a beautiful lake. It's very, very still and clear. And you can see the mountains and the trees reflected in the lake. You can also see beautiful diamonds from the sun that are dancing on the water. You feel yourself smile, because this is just such a beautiful, beautiful place to be. As we keep walking along by the lake, we notice in the distance that there's a bridge that you can cross over. And you're curious, so we keep going further and further up this path. And when we reach the bridge, we decide to cross over. And as we cross over, the lake turns into a beautiful stream. And we decide to keep walking and moving up along by the stream. Happy. And as we're moving, we notice the water is moving so easily and flowing so gently. And in the distance, we can see a bench. And we've been there many times, but we're going to just go back there. And we decide to just rest here. And in the distance, you see some people coming towards you. They can be your loved ones. They could be beautiful angels. They could be yourself when you're a little child. They can be people who've passed or people who are living. They could be pets, whoever you would like to join you in this space is coming to meet you now. You smile because it's so beautiful to see everyone. Or maybe it's just one specific person. But you're very excited to see them, and you give them all a big hug and a kiss. Because it's a celebration. And as you're all sitting there, I want you to just think about what's possible with the earth? What if the rivers run clear and you get thirsty and you just reach in and you reach in with your hand and you drink the water from the river because it's so clean and clear? We can have a world that has that. As you look into the river, you see all the fish because there's an abundance. You notice a bear goes across the river from you, but you're not concerned because there's no reason to be nervous because we all live in harmony. I want you to think about, what if there was enough food for everyone to be fed? Everyone. And in places where they have not clean water, there was clean water. And there's sewage. And there's gardens everywhere, all over the world. And people are growing food for each other. And they're supporting each other. And there's respect and kindness. And we help each other. If you have something that someone doesn't and you have enough, you would share that. Think about our skies cleared and our planet healed. What if we had enough of everything? We had abundance. We didn't play in lack because it's not really real anyway. What if we clearly and kindly used our ears and listened to what people had to say? We knew how to speak what was concerning us. We knew how to express what we needed. And others were able to hear us. So we were seen and we were heard. What if government leaders came together for the good of all of humanity? And there was kindness and sharing. What if we as the people are the change that's needed? And we take ownership of that and move into that energy. What if we could see the wisdom in a baby's eyes and see the joy and the laughter of seniors? We are all here together. I'm just going to read a poem to you that I think is beautiful. The beauty of the trees, the softness of the air, the fragrance of the grass speaks to me. The summit of the mountain, the thunder of the sky, the rhythm of the sea speaks to me. The faintness of the stars, the freshness of the morning, the dewdrops on the flower speak to me. The strength of fire, the taste of salmon, the trail of the sun, and the life that never goes away, they speak to me, and my heart soars. That's a beautiful poem by Chief Dan George. I think that's just beautiful. If we can see the beauty and the joy and in every moment and every person and every flower, even in the blade of a grass. So I'm just going to leave you for a moment, and I want you to think about things that you would bring into this beautiful planet and for humanity, for healing and seeing the beauty. So just take a couple of minutes. You can swim in that river. You can jump back down into that lake. You can chase the loved ones that are with you. You can go sit by that bear if you want to. It's your space. You do whatever you want. So I'm just going to give you a moment. So dream big. And I want you to start now, to start thinking about it's time to come back here. So with your next breath, I want you to just look at the people, the beings, the flowers, the animals that have come to be with you. And I want you to give every one of them a big hug and a kiss. And thank them for coming and creating with you, using our second chakra. And know that you can come back here anytime. You can be with them whenever you choose to be. So they get up and they start to walk up the trail, and you get up and you come back down the trail. And you feel lighter, and it's possible. All these things are possible. Respect, kindness, happiness, abundance, gratitude, joy. Can feel lighter with each word. And as you come, you can see the bridge and you cross over the bridge. And now you're walking by that beautiful lake. And maybe you decide to jump in. It's your space. But as you continue to move on, you see the birds flying in the sky. Maybe there's a large eagle flying around in the grasses are tickling your fingers in your palms. So peaceful. The sun is now on your back. It's just warming and soothing. And with your next breath, you see the doorway in the distance and you walk towards it. And you take the key out of your pocket and you put it in the door handle and you open the door and you walk through. And you look back at that beautiful space, this world that's yours, that's your creation, that you can go to at any time. And you know you will be there soon. And with that, you shut the door, you lock it with the key, and you put the key back in your pocket for the next time. So you come out into the garden again. You can smell the roses and the sweet lavender. There's lots of bees, butterflies, that beautiful fountain in the center of the garden. You decide to go sit there again. You're just enjoying the moment. It's very private and peaceful, and you feel peace and calm. Feel very aligned to your higher self. Feel very aligned to your body. Aligning the body, mind, spirit. And with that, when you're ready, just take a few nice breaths and maybe rub your hands together, touch your body, and gently open your eyes.